Welcome crew, welcome friends, welcome to another stream. Here we are, absolutely boiling here in the UK, but we will do our best. Hopefully nothing shuts down along the way. I don't have a very powerful computer, but here we are. We already have a hi. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Ihosvani Raymond. I probably mispronounced that terribly, but hi, welcome to the stream, welcome to the chat. Hope you guys are doing great. So here we are, ready to embark on another flight. We're an X-Plane 12 operating on a very small but relatively powerful Mac Mini. This little computer here, you can't really see it from that angle. But here we go. We'll see how well this flight will go. So we're flying Scandinavian today, SAS. Never flown for Scandinavian before, and we're doing a short Norwegian hop. We're flying from Oslo, Norway to Bergen, Norway. So hopefully it will be a nice scenic flight. We are using real time and real weather. And I mean, I kind of like this this livery. I think that looks pretty cool. We will. I don't know what's happening. We will enjoy more of the livery as the flight progresses. We'll check the interior as well. I don't think the interior's been. I think it's standard. I don't think it's been decorated, but it's fine. It's fine. So we'll go ahead and do our preparations for departure. We're not using live ATC, not yet. I am in the process of setting something up for that. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and get our flight plan input in here. Clement, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. How are you doing? I'm doing good. So we'll request our winds as well. I've got some iced coffee here to help me going. It is very hot in the UK, guys. It's so hot in the UK. It's actually not as bad today as it was the past couple of days. Parts of the UK hit like 39 degrees, which the UK is not built for that kind of weather. As you can tell, I'm in like a vest. It is quite warm. Okay, we've got that. So let's set up our departure. Departure from ENGM. We are departing from runway 19 left via the Atlas 3 Charlie. Departure, we're going to put that in there. That's great. So again, we're not using ATC, so I'm going to put in our arrival as well. I like things to just be as clean as possible, as planned as possible. So we're landing in Bergen. Runway 17 is, so we've got our ILS up there. We're going to do ILS 17. Pesu 3 November. There we go. Right, let me put that in there and just quickly make sure everything adds up here. In the meantime, how are you guys doing? Tell me about your weekends. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend so far. Okay, just checking all the information here. Ageku, that's top of descent. Bluetooth, excellent. BR 623, 622, 621, 620, and then Gilva, amazing. Bablu, amazing. FF17W, that's perfect. Okay, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. The livery looks quite cool, the SAS livery. I kind of like it. Look at it, it's got a nice shine. Nice shine to it. That SAS text looks so cool, doesn't it? I like that. Looks very cool. Okay. Our flight information is not on the screen for you guys. Let me just get that on for you now. Let's refresh that. Press OK. Hopefully, I mean, it's saying not available now, but hopefully that will come up for you guys. We've got Volanta up and running. Here, I'll show you Volanta that we're using as well. Why is it saying not applicable? Oh, there we go. Okay. Just needed a moment to wake up. ENGM, ENBR, excellent. So this is kind of our briefing here. Amazing. We've got 170 passengers on board, and the rest of the briefing is basically flight time of 45 minutes. Not crazy long. Zero fuel weight, 62 tons, 17.7 tons of payload, 5,093 kilograms of fuel, cruising altitude will be 28,000 feet, cost index of 38, and the total distance is 226 nautical miles. So let's just make sure this is all correct. 170 passengers, that looks great. Okay, block fuel. $5,093. Okay, we're at 5,100. That's fine. I'm happy with that. So fuel is done. Let's go ahead and put on the fasten seatbelt signs and the no smoking sign. We've got our nav lights on. Excellent. Why is the luggage carts aren't here? It's a bit annoying. ADIRS align in 2 minutes. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the APU. In the meantime, let's go through some checklists. We've got so many things. Sorry, my checklist was buried under a bunch of stuff. Okay. Cockpit preparation checklist. We've got gear pins and covers have been removed. Fuel quantity has been set, 5,100 kilograms. Seatbelt signs are on. ADIRS are all set to nav. Barra ref is what we're going to do now. So we'll get our information here. We'll go to our weather information. Currently it's 1013. Wow, it's low pressure. 1013. That's correct there. That's correct there. And that's correct there. So we're showing about 720 feet. Oh, nope. Nope. It's not what I wanted. 720 feet on both sides. That's good. This is annoying. Very annoying. Okay. Right, that's our cockpit preparation checklist. We'll do our before start checklist in a bit. So ADIRS are going to align any moment now. In the meantime, we can just go to plan, zoom out a little bit, make sure everything is looking good. Oh, doors are closing. Good, we're getting ready. Getting ready for departure. We'll leave that cockpit door open a little bit so we can get some air. I certainly need it. Okay, so we've got our plan here. Just go through. Yep. Perfect. That is the exact route that we want. So I'm very happy with that. And go back to ARC at 20. Okay, what's happening here? Those doors are closing. Where's this guy going? Where could you possibly be going under there? Explain yourself. Are you guys seeing this? What? That guy is not going to have a job for very long. Okay, that's good. So we can go ahead and turn on our beacon light because we are pretty much ready. I want terrain on. Okay, APU. We're going to do that. Let's check what else we have here. APU starting up. Okay. Okay. Right. Excellent. APU is on. Our beacon is on. Why is that not going away? Right. In terms of announcements, I don't know if I've got any particular announcements for SAS. We've got EasyJet, Thomas Ryanair, British. No. So we're going to go to any airline and we're just going to use standard announcements. Lock up here. I am flying this sector. What is going on there? The jetway is retracting into the wall. That is very close. That is very close. Okay, and I do not know what is going on there. Okay, we're going to request the
ground to cockpit.
Pushback tag. Excellent. So we need to figure out our taxi route to the runway. Okay, so we're going to taxi nose left. Okay. Right, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere for sure. Also, why can we hear airport announcements? Oh, the pushback tug's red today. That's so cool. That's never been red before.
Some doors are still opened, or the GPU or the ASU is still connected.
GPU's on. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay. You made your point clear. Okay. External power can come off. I'm gonna turn that off.
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Getting told off by everyone today. So we need to arrange our takeoff speeds. Takeoff data, is it gonna let us input it in the state we're in? We want flex takeoff. Insert. Yeah, boy. Okay. Rotate speed is 148. V1 speed 145. Okay, that's good. And we've got 29.5 in terms of trim. So
ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
I installed this airport literally about half an hour ago, so I've never flown here before. I have in real life, but not in the sim. Yes, sir. We're going to release our parking brake here.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
That is really cool. I didn't know that was a thing. It's actually an SAS branded truck. I don't think I've seen that before. That's a really cool touch. Really cool. Okay, the gentleman said we can start our engine, so let's start with engine. We're going to start with engine number 2 in a second. Just want to go through our before start checklist. Parking brake is off. Takeoff speeds and thrust has been set. Windows are closed. Beacon is on. Okay, let's start with engine number 2. Need some more coffee. I always feel like I'm forgetting stuff. Right, we said our cruising altitude is 28,000 feet. Yeah, it's not a very long journey. So let's go ahead and put 28,000 here. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn on engine number 1. When I start using ATC, I'm gonna miss being able to just taxi whenever I want, push back whenever I want, take off whenever I want. But the ATC is gonna bring a lot more realism to all of this. So I've been trying for the past 2 days to install Evo. Don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's basically, there are 2 major online real people ATC networks. VATSIM is the biggest and obviously probably the most famous, and then Evo is the second. Also equally popular. It is very, very popular, and they say it's more beginner friendly. People there tend to be a bit more used to beginners joining, so it's kind of less intimidating. Don't know if that's true, but I thought I would try with that one, but installing it has been an absolute nightmare. I cannot get it to work. I just can't. So I'm gonna keep trying. If I can, that's great. If not, I might just try using VATSIM and hope for the best. My issue is frame rate. My frame rate tends to drop below 20 quite a bit. If I can somehow manage that, then I think we'll be okay on VATSIM, but
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
it's adding a lot more work for my computer to do, and I don't really want to give it more work because it's
Disconnecting cow. Stand by.
it's doing great as it is anyway. It's got enough on its plate. Okay. We're not too far from the runway, actually. So we're just going to taxi basically like over there somewhere. So the runway's like there somewhere. We're not too far. What's that stuff? Is that a train? There's trains over there. That's cool. I speak to a lot of people and explain like my setup to them, and quite a few people are shocked that I'm running everything off this small Mac Mini. It's a beast of a computer. It really is. This is great advertising for the Mac Mini right now.
Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thank you very much. That guy's very friendly. Right, we're going to turn off the APU. We no longer require it. We've got that. We're going to turn on our taxi light. We don't want to blind him. When is he? Oh, he's gone. The taxi light is on. Let's check out this famous hand signal. Look at that. What a happy guy. Okay, so we'll get ready for our taxi. We need to just quickly go through some bits here before we start taxiing. Are there any other? $29.6. Should be okay. Alright. Checklist time. After start, anti-ice is not needed. It's 13 degrees, so it's not needed. ECAM status has been checked. We're going to go through this stuff in a bit. Pitch trim has been set, 29.6. Rudder trim is neutral. After start checklist is complete. So, let's do our flight control checks, shall we? So, full left, center, full right, center, full forward, center and full aft. Great. Rudder pedals, full left, center, full right, center. My rudder pedals are extremely sensitive. I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with them, but I'll get used to them one day. Right, I just need to bring them closer. Okay. I think we're good. That is that bit done. Right, taxi checklist. So, flight controls have been checked. Flaps setting. We have a flap 1 departure, so we're gonna go ahead and go flaps 1. Radar and PWS we're gonna do now. On and auto. On and auto. Engine mode select is normal. ECAM mode take off no blue. We're going to do that now. So, auto brake. We're going to go max. Want to arm the spoilers. And we'll do the rest while we taxi. Taxi lights on. Excellent. Let's go. Let's get a move on. Okay, so we are going to inform the cabin crew in a second to take their seats for departure. Let's go ahead and let them know, and then we're going to check takeoff config. Okay, everything is green, which means our taxi checklist is complete. I love airliners, flying airliners. Since I was a kid, when I fell in love with aviation, it wasn't just the idea of flying, it was flying airliners. The whole experience of being on big planes, the whole snacks and drinks, and just enjoy the entire process from the moment you get to the airport. Very cool experience. It is very hot in the UK. Right, here we are, currently in Oslo, getting ready to depart and make our way to Bergen in Norway. There's no other announcements, I think, to be made. We don't have a Scandinavian safety briefing video, which is a shame. Tap on the brakes here. Right, let's see if we can be cheeky and turn our lights on from now. Right, lights are on. Cabin crew, take your seats for departure. Seats for departure. Okay, we seem to be fully configured for departure. Just going to slow down a little bit. We want to make sure our TCAS is on. To brake, everything else is on. And here we go. Lining up, runway 19 left. Stabilize our engines, go 50%. Yeah, all good. Okay, and Manflex right there. Rotate. Excellent. We've got positive rate. Gears going up. Fancy hand flying it a little bit. Leaving Oslo. Gonna open the flight director a bit. Lever's gonna go down to climb. Nose down a bit so we can gain some speed. Whoa, not that much. A little turn. Okay, let's go autopilot. Flaps up. Right, I want to disarm the spoilers. And here we go, leaving Oslo, on our way to Bergen. Some beautiful views there. Okay, let's set that to standard. I think we're gonna have a stunning flight. Looks to be very beautiful. "10,000 feet, we can turn off our lights. Here we are. That's cool livery, actually. Very cool design. I love the silver SAS. How reflective it is. It's really, really cool. Aero Global, welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. What's your favorite plane? That's a very difficult question to answer because I have several that I love. The A320 is the one that I fly on pretty much all my streams at the moment. And I kind of love the fact that a lot of the stuff is automated. I know it's not real piloting, but I just love that things just seem to work. But again, I love the 777 for long hauls, A350, A380. I love big planes. Yeah, kind of hard question to answer because there's so many planes that I really like. What about you? You guys got any favorite planes? These are some cool views. Aero Global, if I really had to choose, it would be the A320 family, otherwise the A330. The A330 is very cool as well. I've flown on the A330 in real life. Really beautiful plane. Beautiful plane. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's hard to choose. It really is hard to choose. I think so many planes now, they've got their own pros and cons. But there's one thing that at the moment I think I'm going to stick to, and it's that there are exceptions, but on a general level, I think Boeing aircraft, even from the 737 to the 777, 787, they have this look, like they look a bit more aggressive. I don't know, I prefer the designs of the majority of Boeing aircraft in comparison to Airbus. That's just something, yeah. I don't know, I just, especially the 777 and the 787 Dreamliner, it's like one of the most beautiful planes to me that I've seen, you know. I'm excited I'm flying Scandinavian for the first time. It's really cool. And as I said earlier, I just installed this whole like Norway area. I didn't have it before, so this is the first time I'm flying around Norway. So maybe we can do more Norwegian or in general Scandinavian type flights. We can add those to the channel. Right, where are we here? Everything's looking good. I forgot to do this earlier, but we can inform the cabin crew to start their service. Guys, don't forget to double tap that screen. It helps the channel very much. And if you like aviation content, flight sim content, I've got some really cool content coming as well. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And a small teaser, some of my upcoming YouTube content is not going to be just virtual flying. We're going to have some real flying coming too. So definitely, if you guys like aviation content, subscribe to the channel. You're in for a treat. I'm working really hard behind the scenes to help the channel grow and just make really cool videos that I really hope you guys will enjoy. So we're currently on our way to our cruising altitude, which will be 28,000 feet. We're currently at 21,700. Everything's looking good here so far. Take uplink, that's fine. Flight plan. We're only going to be at top of climb for like 5 minutes, and then we're going to start descending. Right, I'm also very glad that so far, I don't want to jinx it, but so far there's no dropped frames. Some of you who may have seen my other streams, I had some serious internet issues for like 3 weeks. I don't understand what was going on. And my streams were suffering, like they were so stuttery. I had thousands of dropped frames. But so far we seem to be stable. And that makes me very happy. And another thing, as you guys are probably aware of, another thing I need to work on is my landings. They've been a little bit all over the place. I had issues with maintaining the centerline before. Then I had issues with like I would kind of fix the centerline issue, so then they'd be a little bit better in terms of maintaining the centerline, but then I would like flare too early or too late, and it's just like every landing, you can't have perfect landing every time, we know that. But yeah, they need improvement for sure. But here we are. I'm gonna keep streaming until I can finally get my landings right. Coffee certainly helps. My coffee is sweating. It is very hot. I've said that about 200 times already in this stream, but it is very hot today. Very hot. So I'm collaborating, I'm trying to put some collaborations together with other brilliant content creators, and we're working on some really cool content that's coming, and some of it will be in the real skies as well. Aeroglobal says, I always have trouble staying on the centerline when I approach with the A330. It's always very sluggish. Yeah, I get that. I really get that. I don't get it. My landings are inconsistent because I have done some landings with the A320neo that have been beautiful. Everything's just been really good. And then I keep thinking, okay, well, I kind of hacked it now. I think I'm on the right path. And and then for some reason my next landing will just suck. I did do a test flight in a full motion A320 simulator, fantastic advanced sim that even real pilots train on, and I was with an instructor and I did a landing in Innsbruck, and it was great. It was great using the real like Airbus equipment, and obviously it's full motion, so you felt everything. It was as close as, you know, as close to real life as possible, and the instructor told me my technique was perfect. He said that, he kept saying it. He says, your technique was brilliant. It was perfect. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. I came back to my sim here, and then all my landings sucked. I don't know what's going on, but we will keep trying. We will keep trying. That's what we're here for. I'm kind of loving these views. And guys, we are running X-Plane 12 on a Mac Mini, this tiny little computer here. You can probably see it right at the corner. It's literally a computer about this big. Very small, but it's a beast of a computer, the fact that it can handle all of this. I'm going to see how far I can push it. I'm going to try using live ATC. I'm going to incorporate that soon, and we'll see if the computer can keep up. I'm currently averaging between 38 and 40 frames per second, which is good. That's good. That's very good for my setup. We'll see how long that can last. Right, let's get some timing here. We have reached our top of cruise. We need to input our destination data. Our top of descent is at 7:10 UTC, so that's in 3 minutes. So let's quickly put in our destination data. Let's do that now. Performance, we're going to go to approach. So, Bergen is where we're landing. First of all, we've got altimeter 1013, so that's the same as Oslo, 1013. The temperature is currently 16 degrees Celsius. Our winds, we've got 160 degrees at 10 knots. 160 at 10 knots. And our baro ref is our decision altitude. We're going to go straight in landing. Let's go 370. Okay, that's done. Full landing config. Yep, we're fine with that. Top of descent at 7:10. So basically this little arrow here, that's going to be our top of descent. I'm happy with those views, you know. One thing I have noticed about the Mac is that it gets very hot, extremely hot when I'm streaming. Right, we'll probably get ready for a top of descent. It's going to be another short and sweet flight. Okay, we've reached our top of descent. Let's clear ourselves down to 3,000. And there we go. Managed descent. Perfect. We began our descent into Bergen. Okay, excellent. I've never been to Bergen before. Not in the sim, not in real life, but apparently it's really, really nice. I've got some friends that live there actually. Very kind of mountainous area. Not really mountainous, but quite hilly. Quite hilly. Is that supposed to be water? I think it is. Okay, we're 90... Yeah, we know that. We're 91 miles out. Descending well. Everything seems to be good. So, landing at 7:33 UTC. That's in 20 minutes. By the way, I've got hay fever, so I'm really fighting not to sneeze, but probably am gonna sneeze at some point, so I will turn off the microphone before that happens. There we go, we've got some cool view. That looks cool. Interesting. Frame rate is close to 40, so that's okay. Guys, I might be able to get away with actually using that sim without things being a bit extreme, or without me dropping frame rate too much. It's just we're mainly adding more work to the computer to do to render traffic around us. So when we land at airports or when we're taking off, we're going to have real like traffic around. So I don't know how much more workload that's going to add to the computer, but we will have to see. I've also got an idea for future streams, not for all of them, but one day, probably on a weekend, I will do... what I've already done is I did a 2-sector rotation stream, so we flew from Manchester to Dublin, did a turnaround in Dublin and went back to Manchester. So we did 2 flights. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that. It was like very kind of real world scenario vibe. But I'm thinking of maybe doing a 3-sector flight, maybe trying that for the first time, so we can fly somewhere else, and then fly back to base. I think that would be cool. It will probably be obviously a longer stream, but I think it's cool because we start to get an understanding of behind the scenes, real ops, not just one flight, you know, quick turnaround times. You know, you've got like 25-30 minutes to deboard your passengers, board the new passengers, get fuel, input your new flight details. I think that'll be quite cool. So we can try that. That looks really cool. Okay, we're getting closer for sure. 67 miles out. We're still around... Oh, time is it? 7:16. Land at 7:33. So that's 4 minutes and 12. Yeah, like 17 minutes ish, something like that. So let's say we got around 15, roughly 15 minutes to land. So we're not going to make any announcements to the cabin yet, but we can put like sunglasses on so we can see the views a bit better. Here we are. Yeah, I love that. I love that livery, that SAS livery. That looks really cool, I think. The way it reflects in the sun is so cool. Okay, we're going a little bit fast. We're 56 miles out. Let's go ahead and prepare the cabin for landing. We're going to go ahead and turn on the seatbelt signs. Checklist time. Okay, we'll go ahead and do our approach checklist, because why not? Okay, so barrel ref is set on both. I'm going to go ahead and we're at 9,000 feet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1013, it is still 1013, yep. Seatbelts are on, minimums are set to 370. Engine mode select is normal. Approach checklist is complete. When we're fully configured, we'll go ahead and do our landing checklist as well. Gonna turn on our lights. I know I don't have the best graphics, but they're good enough to fool a lot of people when they come in and out of my streams to think that we're using Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I'm glad that I can kind of show, even without the best computer, the best graphics. They're not an ultra or anything. They're quite standard, but I like to be able to show people that X-Plane is not as bad as you hear a lot of people say it is. Microsoft Flight Simulator is a lot better for visuals and graphics, and it just looks insane. No one can touch it at the moment. But X-Plane has made a lot of improvement. A lot of improvement. Right, let's check. We're 40 miles out. Okay, we're down to 220. I'm happy with that. Whoa. Happy with that. Let's just check here. 220 all the way until 200. Probably 200. And then from there, 151. And then 136. I'm thinking maybe to try and trust the aircraft to manage its own speed. I always get this feeling every time, every flight, that the aircraft wants to slow down at the very last minute. Obviously, we're not currently dealing with ATC. We're not being vectored in, so it doesn't bother us too much. We don't have any crazy restrictions or you know, like orders. So the aircraft wants to stay at 220 knots up until Bablu, which is basically on final approach. And then from final approach, we're literally slowing down from 200 down to 136. Maybe let's try. Let's try it. Let's see how it goes. Just means we're going to be lowering flaps down all the notches at the very last minute, but we will try. We will try. Gustavo, what's up, bro? New sub. Really appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, if you like aviation content, I've got some really cool stuff coming that I'm working on in the pipeline. Do you ever do wide body flights? I do. I haven't done it in a while because at the moment I'm mainly sticking to the A320. I have a Airbus setup. I used to fly Boeing planes a lot. The only long haul wide body that I've got currently is the 777. I want to start using it again because I do love that plane. But as I get more subscribers and the flight director family grows and there's more of us here to chill together during the flights, I will start doing more long haul flights. Yeah, it's something I want to introduce for sure. Yeah, I do love the 777. I miss flying that. I want to get back into that. But I tried calibrating this equipment, this hardware, with the 777, and it just was not working. I don't understand why. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you being here. Let's stick with the INI 350. Oh yeah, INI 350 is awesome. Oh, and here's a fun fact for you. I don't know if you were here earlier. This, I know it looks pretty cool, like the graphics and everything, but my setup, which I realized makes me quite unique in the flight sim niche, is that I'm running X-Plane 12 on a Mac Mini, this little computer here. You can't really see it, but it's like this small. It's a beast of a computer, but it is kind of on the verge of struggling. But this is X-Plane 12 on a Mac Mini, so obviously I don't have access to the INI build stuff. We're using TOLIS and Flight Factor mainly. But I'm kind of proud at how the sim's performing. You know, like I connected with big flight simmers in the space. I'm in touch with, and I met like people like Flight Streamer, the Flight Doc, Alpha Originals, and I told them all that I'm running X-Plane 12 on Mac Mini, and they were all shocked. They were like, "How does it warm up?" Another question I get asked a lot. Yes, it warms up a lot. I'm gonna actually get an external little fan that I'm just gonna have on it because I don't want it to like overheat. I'm getting carried away, and we are 23 miles out. We're gonna go flaps 1 here. We're gonna start. I'm gonna trust the aircraft to slow down on its own. It's the first time I'm doing that, I think. Let's just see what it does. But yeah, Gustavo, to answer your question, it warms up a lot, and yeah, I think maybe if I get just a small little desktop fan, it will help it. I do have a fan that's kind of rotating around here, but probably not strong enough. There have been a couple of times where the sim has crashed on me. Yeah, not been great, but it's okay. Like I'm actually not. It's not bad. I think it's operating quite well. Currently I've got 45 FPS, which is very good. Normally I'm below like 20. And I think I want to start using that sim. And I was always scared because of the frame rate, but I think I'm going to just go for it and see how it goes. So that would be helpful. Yeah, it's not really lagging. I mean, so far it's okay. Sometimes it does. Oh, sometimes it lags so bad. When I did a flight stream once, a long haul flight live stream from London Heathrow to New York in the 777. Back in the day when I had hardly any subs, like no one joined the stream, but it was lagging terribly. Oh man. So I want to try and avoid that if possible. Oh boy, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're 15 miles out. Like really, I need to. See, it still wants to keep us at 217 knots. Let's slow down more. I'm gonna whack in flaps 2. It's below the... Slow down, slow down, slow down. It's okay. It's okay. There we go. Man, I need to somehow trust it. But yeah, graphics are not too bad. Obviously, don't expect Microsoft Flight Simulator level stuff. But for a vertical stream on your phone and your iPad and stuff, I think it's kind of okay. I want to arm the spoilers. We're gonna go with auto brake low. Right, let's go ahead and arm the approach here. I can't see. That's the one. Flaps 3. Oh, okay. It's alright. We've got some time to play around, so that's... I might trust it again. Is it following the speed on the charts? It's following the speed... It's maintaining the chart restrictions, but it's following the speed according to the flight plan. Obviously, I generate the flight plan in SimBrief, and then import it here, and then I've got stuff like Volanta, which is running in the background here. See, there's a lot of stuff going on that the Mac is handling really, really well. So everything is kind of in there. All the speeds are as filed. It just scares me because it just wants to do everything last minute. 8 miles out, we're going to go gear down. And we're going to go flaps full. Okay, not terrible, not terrible. Fully configured. So, landing. So, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Continue climbing 3,000. So, our missed approach altitude is 3,000. That's already set. So, our landing checklist, go around altitude is set. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing, please. Ecam memo. Landing, no blue. So far, so good. Signs on, cabin ready, spoilers armed, flaps full. Landing lights are on. Landing checklist is complete. Won't interrupt any more, Cap. Do you? You can interrupt as much as you want. I'm glad to have people here in the stream. That's the whole point of this. I was going to say something that I thought would be interesting, but I completely forgot what that thing is. Oh well. Oh well. And don't get too excited. My landings have sucked recently. Some of them been okay, but we'll see. My rudder pedals, I don't know. I've tried to calibrate them really well, but they are a bit annoying. They always pull to one side when I brake, even if I brake evenly. Quick last minute view here. Oh, that's what I was going to say. If you guys do any flight simming at home and you want an A320 normal checklist, I redesigned my own. It's the official one. I just redesigned it. You can find it in the link in my YouTube channel bio. The link tree. You can get it there for free. That's what I wanted to say. So help yourselves if you find that useful. Okay, we're at 1,000. Landing inhibit. Yep. We've got 0 winds. I've never seen that before. Let me turn off the chart here. Okay. Okay. Bit low.
Hundred above.
Checked.
300. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
Okay. Can we make it here? Can we make it here? Just tap on those brakes a bit more. I think we can. Think we can. Okay, turn off. My landing felt kind of okay, dare I say. Just take a left turn here. We'll need to find a gate. Okay, there's one right there, number 27. Was it 250? Okay, 250 is alright. 250 is alright, I can live with that. We want taxi. Okay, we're gonna slow down, tapping the brakes here, take a big right swing. We'll find out in a sec, and we'll replay the landing. We can we can judge it together. But if you say 250, that's pretty good. It's not bad. I think I flared at a better point than my other landings. I think it was a sweet spot. It was just at the right time and the right amount. Right, 8 meters. Come on, let's tap on those brakes. Whoa, slow down. Why are you? A bit more. Okay. Okay. See what one's come off. Beacon can come off. That can come. That can turn off. Is that going? Yep, perfect. Okay. The APU is running. Okay, we made it safely. That is a stunning shot. Oh, a little bit of a glitch there. That's a cool shot. I'm going to take a few screenshots because do I even remember how to do it? I want to take a few screenshots. I'm going to put it on my Instagram. I'm just going to be like, guys, X-Plane doesn't suck as much as you guys might think. Powered by Apple. Yes, exactly. Okay, so Volanta will now tell us what the landing rate was. Let's see it together. I'm scared. This part always scares me. Review your flight. 392. No way, that seemed so much smoother than that. This is why, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. Obviously, flight simmers, we judge our landings by obviously landing rate and, you know, centerline, stuff like that. I was in a full motion A320 sim not too long ago, and I did a landing, and obviously it's full motion and it's so realistic. You feel every bump. It was a great landing. Volanta does gaslight you 100%. Thanks for having my back. I appreciate that. I will not forget that. But I was with a real captain, right, in that sim, and I did the landing, and he told me my technique was great. The landing was very smooth. And do you know what he said? He said, in the real world, let me turn the light here. In the real world, he said, we don't judge landings by these silly numbers. He said that no one cares about numbers. We judge landings by feel. And obviously, that's not good enough for flight simmers because we're very much like, oh, look at my landing rate. It's very smooth. But he said, if it felt good, it felt safe. Obviously, there are times when the landing has to be kind of harsh or stern. But he said that's how you judge a good landing. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to take another screenshot here. Is that not working? Yeah, that's working. Okay, let's go watch that landing. And let's hope that the computer's not going to crash while we do that. Plus, if I can exit without slamming the brakes, it's my cherry on top. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Okay, moment of truth. We'll do a few different angles here. We'll do this angle first. We'll do a side angle because this kind of tells us everything. Oh, come on. That felt good. Volanta's a liar. Look at that. That was smooth. Guys, that was smooth. Gustavo, back me up here. That was smooth. Right, we'll do another. We'll check from here as well. Are we going to be able to... there's a lot of screens in the way. Caught in 4K. Exactly. I'm telling you, Volanta is lying to me sometimes. That is not 392. Absolutely not. We're going to see it. Nope. Let's try this view instead. You're telling me that was minus 392? Not in a million years. Gustavo, replay is an X-Plane feature. It is, yeah. It's, I think the Microsoft version is probably better because it's less demanding. When you replay an X-Plane, it's like, it literally replicates everything again, so it's quite demanding on the system. Let's see if we can get a better view from here. Bro, that landing was good. That's one of my best landings. Forget the numbers. The numbers are rubbish. Okay, let's check from a passenger point of view. Smells like butter. Exactly. Exactly. Whoa, that sound effect is not correct. Why is the sound wrong? That sounds like we're already on the floor. Anyway, forget the sound. There's bound to be a glitch somewhere. Bro, the wing didn't even flex. Where's my spoilers? Don't tell me the spoilers didn't. Did they not deploy? Was it that smooth they didn't deploy? Are you kidding me? So Volanta's telling me that was minus 397, but we were so smooth that the spoilers didn't deploy. Oh, I'm going to post this landing on my YouTube Shorts, Instagram and TikTok. And I'm telling you now, mark my words, I'm going to get so many comments, people saying, why did you not arm your spoilers? 100% people are going to say that. I didn't realize that unless they did and replay is not showing it. No, that's hard enough for the spoilers to deploy. That's weird. I think it's a replay glitch. I'm happy with that landing. Let's do another view from the belly. This tends to be a pretty cool view. Are the strobes missing as well? You're 100% right. I'm gonna try and reset the replay because I want to get some footage for my reel that I'm gonna make. Let's see it from here as well. That was not minus 392. No, I refuse to believe that. That looks, honestly, as though it's like between 100 and 200. Does everything else work in the replay? Oh no, it's kind of glitching. Okay, we will exit replay mode. and I'll see if I can get it to work again later. That looks pretty cool to me. Well, guys, that was another stream. We made it safely. I think that landing was pretty cool, so we made it more than safely. We actually landed in style. Flight from Oslo to Bergen in real time and real weather. I appreciate all of you being here. Gustavo, welcome to the channel. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. I will do my best to also stream at some point tomorrow, maybe similar kind of time. I'll let you guys know regardless. I tend to make a lot of my streaming announcements and stuff on Instagram. So if you guys have Instagram, feel free to go follow me on there. But obviously, the majority of my content comes from YouTube. That is my main channel. Thank you all for being here. Gustavo, you're a legend, man. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Why we're in the A350? This is a wide body gate, isn't it? Oops. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for being here. Fly safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.